The air in the casino is thick with tension. At the roulette table, a streak of 8 consecutive reds has just wiped out nearly every player. One man, chasing black with mounting desperation, just lost his entire bankroll. He stares at the empty felt, his face pale. The croupier, emotionless, rakes in the chips. But one player is smiling. One, the player's fallacy. Why 99% of bets are doomed before we get to the system. You need to understand why most people lose. It starts with a psychological trap called the gambler's fallacy. The mistaken belief that if something happens frequently, it's less likely to happen in the future. After a streak of reds, players instinctively pile their chips on black, thinking it's due. But the roulette wheel has no memory. Every spin is an independent event with the exact same odds as the last. Casinos make billions from this single misunderstanding. Players bet with their gut, chasing losses and doubling down on emotion. They see patterns where there is only chaos. This is the foundation of the casino's profit model. Your belief that you can outsmart randomness through intuition. The brutal truth is you can't. But you can outsmart the average player by replacing emotion with a rigid mathematical structure. The system I'm about to show you isn't about predicting the next number. It's about managing risk so effectively that you extend your playtime. Maximize your chances of hitting a profitable outlier and protect your bankroll from the emotional decisions that drain everyone else's pockets. But first, you need to know the magic number. 2. The $3 deception, the magic number casinos overlook. The core of this strategy is the number 3. Not because it's lucky, but because it's a master of disguise. When pit bosses and casino surveillance scan the floor, they're looking for obvious red flags. Players using the Martingale system, dramatically increasing their bets after every loss. They look for large, aggressive wagers that signal a system is in play. A simple, consistent $3 bet, however, is almost invisible. It's low enough to be mistaken for casual play, allowing you to operate under the radar. But this isn't just one bet. It's $3 one bets placed in a specific pattern that covers a massive portion of the table. While a standard player bets $25 on red and has a 48.6% chance of winning, your $3 bet will give you a hit, either a break-even or a win, on nearly 73% of your spins. That's the deception. You look like a low-stakes player, but you're actually controlling the game with statistical coverage. This strategy isn't about winning every spin. It's about breaking even on most hits, taking small, controlled losses on misses, and waiting for the occasional high payout hit that puts you in the green. It's a slow grind, not a sprint, and that's why it's so powerful. 3. The system revealed, your step-by-step bet placement. All right, here's exactly how to place your $3 bet. Remember, this only works on a European roulette table. We'll cover why that's critical in a moment. You'll need 3 $1 chips. First, place one $1 chip on the December 1st section. This covers numbers 1 through 12. Next, place your second $1 chip on the December 2nd section, covering numbers 13 through 24. With just $2, you've already covered 2/3 of the numbers on the board. If the ball lands on any of those 24 numbers, you'll break even on the spin, getting your original bet back and staying in the game for free. But here's the part that generates your profit. Your third and final $1 chip goes on a street bet. This is a bet on a row of 3 numbers. The recommended street is 31, 32, and 33. You place the chip on the line at the end of that row. Now your bet is set. You have 2 dozens and 1 street covered. It's a simple, repeatable pattern that you will use on every single spin without deviation. No emotion, no second guessing. Just place the bet and let the math do the work. 4. The math that scares casinos, covering 73% of the board. Let's break down why this simple bet is so effective. A European roulette wheel has 37 pockets, numbers 1 through 36, plus a single green zero. Your $3 bet covers 27 of those numbers. The first dozen, 12, the second dozen, 12, and the street bet, 3. That means on any given spin, you have a 27 out of 37 chance, or 73%, of the ball landing on one of your numbers. Compare that to a player betting on black, who only has an 18 out of 37 chance, or 48.6%. You are nearly 25% more likely to get a return on your money. Out of your 27 numbers, 24 of them, the dozens, will result in a break-even. You get your $3 back, and you essentially play the next spin for free. The other three numbers, your street bet, are your profit zone. A street bet pays 11 to 1. So when you hit it, you win $11 plus your original $1 bet back for a total of $12. Since you lose the other two $1 bets on the dozens, your net profit for that spin is a massive $9. You risking $3 to win $9, all while breaking even most of the time. 5. Why this destroys the infamous Martingale system. So why is this low and slow approach better than famous strategies like the Martingale? Because the Martingale is a trap, and casinos love it. The Martingale tells you to double your bet every time you lose. Start with a $5 bet on black and lose. Now bet $10. Lose again. Bet $20, then $40, then $80. The theory is that you'll eventually win and recoup all your losses plus your original profit. The problem is twofold. First, you run into table limits. Most tables have a $500 or $1,000 maximum. After just 7 or 8 losses in a row, you'll be unable to double your bet anymore, forcing you to accept a catastrophic loss. And a streak of 7 losses isn't rare. It happens about once every 150 spins. If you play for a few hours, you're statistically likely to hit it. The $3 system, however, is a flat betting strategy. You never increase your wager. Your maximum loss on any spin is just $3. It eliminates the exponential risk that makes Martingale so dangerous. Pro player move: never use a progressive betting system. They are a mathematical illusion that preys on your emotions and will always lead to ruin against a house with infinite money and finite table limits. 6. The psychology game: how the casino fights back. Since the $3 system is perfectly legal, the casino can't kick you out for using it. But that doesn't mean they won't try to break your discipline. Pit bosses and experienced dealers are trained to spot system players, even low-stakes ones. If they notice you're playing for hours without losing much or are slowly accumulating profit, they'll employ subtle psychological tactics. The dealer might speed up the pace of the game, spinning the ball faster to rush your decisions and make you feel pressured. A friendly pit boss might come over and start a conversation to distract you, hoping you'll make an emotional mistake or forget your pattern. They might even politely suggest you move to a livelier table, one that's more crowded, faster, or even has a higher minimum that invalidates your system. They know that 95% of players will eventually crack under this pressure, break their own rules, and revert to emotional betting. Pro player move: put on your poker face. Be polite but firm. If a dealer is rushing you, simply wait. If a pit boss is distracting you, give short answers and refocus. Your greatest defense is unshakable discipline. Never let them break your rhythm. 7. The first deadly mistake: playing on the wrong wheel. This is the most common and costly mistake a roulette player can make, and it happens before you even place a single chip. Many casinos, especially in Las Vegas, are filled with American roulette wheels. You can spot them easily. They have 2 green pockets, a 0 and a 00. A European wheel only has 1 green pocket, the 0. This tiny difference completely changes the game. On a European wheel, the house edge is 2.7%. But on an American wheel, the addition of that extra green pocket nearly doubles the house advantage to 5.26%. It might not sound like a huge difference, but over 100 spins, it's the difference between a small profit and a significant loss. Your 73% coverage on a European wheel drops to just 71% on an American wheel, and the odds are skewed even further in the casino's favor. The $3 system is mathematically balanced for the 37 pockets of a European wheel. Applying it to an American wheel is like trying to swim upstream. You re-fighting a current that's twice as strong. Pro player move: always scout the casino floor before you play. Find the single 0 European tables. If a casino doesn't have any, walk away. It's that simple. 8. The second deadly mistake: letting emotion drive your bets. You've hit your street bet twice in a row. You're up $18 in just a few minutes, and you feel invincible. The temptation is overwhelming. I should increase my bet to $10 and really cash in. This is the exact moment most players abandon their plan and lose everything. The system works because it's consistent. It relies on a large number of spins where the math can play out. The second you change your bet size based on a feeling, you throw that math out the window. Increasing your bet when you're winning is called chasing a streak, and it exposes you to bigger losses when that streak inevitably ends. Likewise, if you hit a cold spell and lose a few spins in a row, you might feel the urge to double your bet to win it back faster. This is chasing losses, and it's the fastest way to drain your bankroll. 9. The third deadly mistake: playing without an exit strategy. This is the mistake that even disciplined players make. They have a perfect system, they manage their emotions, but they don't know when to get up. A casino session should never be an open-ended event. You need to define your goals before you sit down. This means setting two critical numbers: a stop-loss and a stop-win. A stop-loss is the maximum amount of your bankroll you're willing to lose before you walk away, no matter what. For a $100 bankroll using the $3 system, a smart stop-loss is $60. This gives you plenty of runway but protects a portion of your initial stake. A stop-win is your profit target. Once you hit it, you cash out. A realistic stop-win for this system is $50. The moment your bankroll hits $150, your session is over. You've won. Pocket the profit and celebrate. Without these limits, you're just playing until your money is gone. Pro player move: write your stop-loss and stop-win numbers on a piece of paper or in your phone. Place it on the table next to your chips. It's a physical reminder to honor your plan. The second you hit either number, your job is done. 10. Smarter bankroll management: the 33-spin rule. Bankroll management sounds complicated, but it can be simplified into one easy-to-remember rule that ex-casino employees swear by: the 33-spin rule. The rule is this: for every $1 you bet per spin, you should have at least $33 in your total session bankroll. This simple formula ensures you have enough capital to withstand the natural variance of the game and survive a cold streak without being forced to walk away prematurely. Let's apply it to our system. Your total bet per spin is $3. So, 3 times 33 equals $1.99. That SY starting with a $100 bankroll is the perfect amount for the $3 system. It gives you enough for 33 full spins, which is statistically more than enough to hit your break-even dozens multiple times and give you a solid chance at hitting your high payout street bet. If you were using the advanced 5 system, 5 per spin, you'd need a bankroll of at least $165. This isn't just a guideline. It's a mathematical buffer that separates smart players from hopeful gamblers. Pro player move: before you even go to the casino, decide your total bankroll and use the 33-spin rule to determine your bet size, not the other way around. 11. Real session walkthrough: the $3 system in action. Let's see how this plays out in a real session. You walk in with $100 and find a $5 minimum European table. You start your 3-bet pattern. First 10 spins. You get 6 dozen hits, break minus even, 1 street hit, plus 9 profit, and 3 complete misses, minus $9 loss. After 10 spins, your bankroll is exactly where it started, $100. The player next to you using Martingale is already sweating. Next 10 spins, you hit another cold streak. Only 4 dozen hits and 6 misses. You're down $18. Your bankroll is at, and only 3 misses, minus $9. Your net profit for this set of spins is $9. At the end of 30 spins, nearly an hour of play, your final bankroll is $91. UV had a great time, felt the thrill of winning, and your total cost for an hour of entertainment was just $9. You walk away with your head held high, ready for another day. 12. The advanced version: scaling to the $5 modified system. Once you've mastered the discipline of the $3 system, you might be ready to scale up. But you don't do it by getting emotional. You do it with math. The advanced version is a $5 modified system, perfect for players with a larger bankroll. Here's how it works. Instead of betting $1 on each dozen, you bet $2 on the first dozen and $2 on the second dozen. You still only bet $1 on your street: 31, 32, 33. Your total bet per spin is now $5. Your coverage is the same, 27 numbers. But the payouts shift. When you hit a dozen, you now win $4, but since you wagered $5, you only have a net loss of $1. It's a small, controlled loss instead of a break-even. However, when you hit your street bet, you win $11 but only lose the $4 on the dozens, for a net profit of $7. This version is slightly more aggressive, designed to generate more profit from street hits while minimizing the sting of misses. Pro player move: only move to the $5 system if your bankroll supports it. Using the 33-spin rule, you need a bankroll of at least 165 to play this version comfortably. 13. The final climax. Shifting your mindset from gambler to strategist. The real secret that casinos don't want you to know isn't a betting pattern. It is a mindset. They want you to think like a gambler, chasing jackpots and driven by emotion. This system forces you to think like a strategist, focused on risk management and long-term value. The goal is no longer to win a fortune in one night. The goal is to maximize your entertainment time while minimizing your losses, with the occasional profitable session as a bonus. You've turned gambling from a game of pure chance into a game of discipline. You're not trying to beat the casino. You're trying to beat your own worst impulses. Let's recap your action plan. First, find a European roulette table with favorable limits. Second, bring a bankroll of exactly $100 and commit to your stop-loss and stop-win limits. Third, consistently play the $3 bet system every spin. Fourth, take breaks every 10 spins to stay sharp. And finally, walk away the second you hit your limit. If you follow this plan, you have already succeeded, whether you walk out with more money or less. You played smart, and that's a win 95% of players will never experience. 14. Playing smart, leaving happy. Remember, the casino will always be there tomorrow. Your money doesn't have to be. The strategies we've discussed today are designed to give you a better experience, not to guarantee a profit. The house will always have a mathematical edge. But by managing your risk, staying disciplined, and understanding the math, you can have a much more enjoyable and sustainable relationship with casino gaming. You can enjoy the thrill without the financial devastation. This is about turning a potential source of anxiety into a calculated form of entertainment. If you ever feel that gambling is negatively affecting your life, please seek help. There are confidential resources available, like the National Problem Gambling Helpline. The goal is to have fun, play smart, and walk away with your head held high, knowing you stayed in control. Share this video with your friends, so more people can learn to enjoy the casino experience responsibly. What's your biggest hesitation in trying this system? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. Good luck, and I'll see you at the tables.